Hey curious people. Wait, where are you? There you are. So, for this week's video, this is all about e-waste, circuit boards, motherboards. Where to get the good boards that are worthwhile scrapping. And I have a nice big pile of examples here. See? All the way down to there. Where are you? There you are. So we've got from small to big to bigger. Biggest. You have to excuse me, I'm a bit hot and bothered because I've been cleaning up the shed a little bit. You'll see down in the corner. Amazing. Usually it's yay high. So there's a huge variety of boards in e-waste. A lot of them though are not worth anything other than shred. So in this video we're going to tear down a variety of different boards quickly. It'll be the usual length video, hopefully. And yeah, let's go. I'm excited because there's a couple of things here I've never done. Brand wise, obviously I've done the same kind of product, but let's do this. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we've got a real variety. We are going to start small with a little BT router. So any screw holes under there? No. Sometimes there's not, and you just pop them, but the device is your friend. Okay, so a couple of screws, 1 and 2. That should just pop out of there, like so. So, plastic detritus, unfortunately, but that's a nice board. Different places will give different amounts for router boards. You've got some nice BGAs on here. You've got some ICs. You've got another IC on the back there, you know, flat pack. Some MLCCs, etc, etc. This is all gold bearing. And then if you want to, I'll just show you under here. Where are you? There should be a gold band crystal oscillator on here, but it would appear that perhaps this one doesn't have one, which is actually quite unusual. But there you go. One board in, nice router board. Now we've got a little tiny wireless access point. So we'll have a look at here. When you can see these antennae, you know that you're going to have those nice little gold connectors, which is just what you want. Oh, look at this. What a lovely board we've got here. So nice gold recovery bits and bobs on here. See, this antenna actually needs removing. It does need unbolting, but for the purpose of speed I will just cut it out quickly. Just because it's basically much quicker than fiddling around. So also, although this is about boards, some people don't realise that in here you can have quite a nice strip of gold sometimes, not always, but it's definitely worth cracking in to have a look. Just got to get this end off. It's not going to come out. Okay, This one doesn't. This is a bit different. Sometimes it's a flat board in there. So that's a bust, but it's worth looking. But look at this lovely little board, packed with chips, which is nice. It's gold flashed. There'll be a gold band crystal oscillator under here, I'm quite sure. So let's have a little look. And there she is, just there in the corner. Not a huge one, but that's another nice little, all of these kind of internet boards, they've all got yummy deliciousness inside. This one is a Cisco. It's a Virgin Media box, but you can see that it's actually a Cisco board in here, which is fantastic. And you can probably hedge your bets they don't make them like this anymore. To get into this, I'm going to need a T10 and a T8. So the 10 I'll pop on my impact. It doesn't go, the bits I've got don't go lower than a 10 though, unfortunately. But at least I can quickly get all of these big ones. Oh, 2 big ones, the rest are okay. Okay, that's all the screws out. Ooh, look at this. Okie dokie, more torque screws by the looks of things. No, that one's going to be awkward. Sometimes there's a nut on here that needs undoing, but there's nut on this one. So it's just that last screw that's playing me, hey? Try and do it with a manual one. I might be able to. Yes. Okay, hopefully that's all of the screws. They are typically quite quick and easy, generally. It's not guaranteed though. Okay, so a bit better here. We've lots of BGAs. We've got gold pins, obviously the usual capacitors. This is a heat sink over the main chip here, which I would like to have a little look at. A new one to me. Okay. Well, there we go. That's the other chip on there. Bit of aluminium. Now, depending on when you're setting to, they may or may not want this steel removed. It's a bit of a faff, as you can see. You've got all these little sharp bits. Just for goodwill sometimes. You could take off the top. It depends on really how it will affect your grading. So, oh, okay. So you can see what a difference that makes to how the board looks. Instead of that rubbish thing on that they don't know what's under, often there's copper spools, but in this case, actually, you've got some really nice BGAs, some crystal oscillators, and some other bits and bobs. So much better, I would say, removing that. Now they may want you to remove this plastic carriage. It's not going to hurt to do that. I think it makes the board look a lot better, and it doesn't, you know, that doesn't weigh anything. That's not going to affect your value here. So there we go. See the gold tips on these fingers here. Now I think that looks much better, and I think the buyers will be more impressed with the way that that looks. So back into the kind of PC realm, we've got this like this data switch box. We can switch from server 1, server 2, etc, etc. In here, oh, still got my talks bit on there, that's not going to help. These are quick and easy, but you do need your socket to remove these. So, okay, just to show how it was learning, I really thought this was going to have a board inside, but it didn't. So, live and learn. Now I know. Okay, so on to those kind of, while we're here, PC type components. You've got hard drives. You can see this is a nice board. It's got good quality gold pins. You've got good chips. Refiners love these. So that's your hard drives. Disk drives. Now there's a few different disk drives. You probably won't come across this one as much anymore. This is a DAT drive. This is a floppy drive. This is a CD drive. I mean, they even come without CD drives now. So, okay, let's have a look at this DAT drive first. It's the older of the bunch. Now we want to get down to that board under there. So I think I might actually just be able to pop this cage off from here and show you. Let's try our luck at that, shall we? Ta-da! Now, isn't that quite something? That is stunning. The older technology, we all know older is better. Certainly better quality. Definitely built to last. Definitely built to be repaired. Unlike the stuff you get today. I mean, this board is really nice. Huge tantalum capacitors. You've got your gold corner BGA. You've got your main chips. You've got ICs. Honestly stunning. And again, there's good quality gold inside here too. So, what a chip. We're going to compare. Now, there's more for me to scrap out of this, but for the purposes of this video, I'll do that separately. There's another little tiny bit of board here. I think you can just see it just goes. It's what these wheels connect to for the head. So it's nothing, you know, spectacular. Okay, next the floppy drive. These are quite tiny, so I need my tiny screwdriver here. But again, these are quite quick and easy. It's just usually 4 screws to get to it. So, excuse me, let's have a little look here. Oh, 3, I lie. And here we are. So, the board on this one, you've got the head here. It's cut out around it. So, but these are lovely. I will show you this actually, just for the sake of it. You definitely need some tiny screwdrivers to do this. But so here we are. There's the board. There's a motor. Inside that, you'll have one of these, a bit smaller. So that's nice. Couple of chips, but the gold on them is good quality. Refiners still want them. They don't look hugely impressive, but they are. While I'm here, I'm just going to take this mini motor. Okay, so you've got a mini motor and the brass rod. and the rest of that goes into shred. Now, another quick easy one is the CD drives. Oh no, the screws have been removed already. Okay. Oh, this is a rubbish one. This is obviously a very modern one, because look at that. Tiny board on that one. And then you've got a little board. There's other value in this, obviously. There's a CD in this. In the heads and the mini motors and etc, etc. As that goes, I'm going to leave that there. Okay. Next. Now, power supplies, we all know they have a low grade board, but that doesn't mean it's low value. And in fact, it's quite the contrary for us micro scrappers who are willing to do a little bit of work for their money. Because on power supply boards, you've got lots of base metals, like so. Remove the fan, then you've got all these base metals, lots of copper on power boards for power supplies. There is nothing to not love about this. I will never understand why people, even those doing it for business, don't whip these boards out. Unless, obviously, they can't even keep up with their high value stuff. So I suppose there are circumstances, I understand. But there's just so much value here. More than what you can weigh it in as. You can bare bones it, or you can just cherry pick. It's completely personal and up to you. There's silver contacts in the switch as well. So here you go, look. Not only do you get loads of singles wires, you've got all these inductors with all this copper, transformers to take off, aluminium, irony aluminium, and more aluminium. So, wow. What a board. And the fan. Okie dokie. So next we have got the Wii. Now, let's see here. Probably don't need to undo this to get the bits out, but I'm just gonna do it for the sake of it anyway. This is an absolutely minuscule screw. Which that is taken care of. There's no screws there. Now I think you can open a Wii, can't you? Oh, that's what that removes. Okay, more minuscule screws. Now games consoles, they have lovely boards. The old ones, the new ones, all of them, they just have lovely boards. So definitely definitely worthwhile. That's just clicking, so I just give it a little tap to encourage the grip. Not sure that's actually done what I wanted it to, but hey ho. Right, there are some screws under here. But don't be fooled because you've taken one off and there's nothing there. That's probably nothing as well. No. Yeah, this one will be. It's just a little covering. Okay. Okay. So they just like to, you know, make it really hard. They don't want people repairing stuff themselves, for one. And, you know, they just don't want people tampering with these things. Often there's one under that label on things. Okay. I think this is coming away. Alright. Ooh. Nice. It's just an aluminium heatsink. Yes. No. It's still. That's disappointing, isn't it? Okie dokie. Here we are. Now we want to get to the board bit under there. So I guess we're going to have to come in from up here. Oh, actually got a Wii game in it. Wii Sports Resorts, huh? Okay. Condition doesn't look so bad. Okie dokie. Okay, I've removed all these screws. Ooh, lovely heatsink here. This all screws in from the other side, I think. Oh, there's one board for the disk drive. Ooh, there's a capped IC on there. That's very nice. And then the main board is hiding. This is the last. Oh my goodness, surely this is the last screw on this shielding. Crikey O'Reilly. Right, so I've moved all the plastic. There was hidden screws everywhere in the plastic. Hopefully this shielding should... Oh, there's another one. Another one hiding in there in the plastic. So I feel like this will reveal more screws. Now this shielding should be aluminium. And it isn't. It's amazing. Woohoo! Look at this. Okay. So, you've got a little internet card here. Nice little heatsink. Which is why I wanted to get that shielding off first, because to get to the other side we really need to take any screws out from this side, like on this heatsink. Nice bit of aluminium in the heatsink at least. Good, good, good. You can see all the gold flashing on the board. That's fabulous. Okay, nice chunk of aluminium. And then the board, which has now lifted away. So we've got these little cards. Well, the battery died and I'm not sure where, so let's just have another little look at this board from this Wii. Okay, so you've got the gold connectors there. Nice board. You've got a gold corner BGA here, which has actually got a cap on it. Some ICs. It's obviously gold flashed all the way around. So yeah, pretty nice. It's got the jacks. Is peel those off. It won't really reduce your weight, and it will give you. So that's that board. But also, let's have a quick look under here. There should be a gold bound crystal oscillator. You can see gold pins here. There's these caps. I'm actually not going to take them off right now because I've misplaced my pot for those, which is actually really annoying. But there'll be a gold band crystal oscillator under here and a BGA. There you go. There's the BGA. There's the gold band crystal oscillator. There's another small BGA. And MLCCs, etc, etc. So that's nice. But on the disk drive, it's got quite a nice board here, look. So that's good. So there's basically two boards of value. in there for more added value. Then obviously more bits to scrap like in the other ones. Yummy! This is the Phillips mini theatre. This is not gripping too well. There we go. Gotcha. Gotcha. So corroded. Goodness me, this has obviously got very wet somewhere along the line. There we go. Oh, it's also a CD player. Well, that I didn't realise. Quite the chunk at the bottom of here, it would seem. Weirdly. Wow, that is solid. What the need is for that, I don't know, but that is one chunk of steel. Okay, so this is all the boards out of here. Let me just release this off. It's not going to come out because they're corroded, I think. There we are. Quite a few boards in this thing, actually. Right. So, wow, look at that. That is some... Look at those heat sinks. Oh, they're epic. That heat sink is like a mini ingot all on its own. Look at that. I love that. That is super cool. Which is brass. They're awesome. Okay, so this is the other side. Obviously got lots of cordage coming off it. Beautiful singles wires. Not too much on here. A couple of ICs. No, actually, oh yeah, there's a tiny one as well. Crystal oscillators, gold bearings, resistors, tiny MLCCs, etc., etc. All the jacks. Then you've got this one that's got the screen on it and the buttons. There is an IC on the back. Power board, you know where the value is on there, I've said before. Herein lies probably what the problem was with this whole unit. Somehow water has got in. It's got wet. I imagine a spilt drink or something probably. And it has totally corroded on these 4 capacitors here. So there we are. That explains a lot. And then look at this nice chunky heatsink. This is stunning. So, I mean, you've got some copper in here. So, yeah, nice. It's not quite what I thought because I didn't realise it was a CD player. But, you know, good enough. And this, so chunky. Chunky heavy. Okay, right, moving on to some more box-like boxes now. We have got the Maxim DVD player. Tick catching on. There we go. Ooh, very nice big flat pack there. Look at that. Hello. Need to sharpen my snips. Okay, that's going to be it on the board front, other than the switches, which is the same as what you've just seen. And in there, it's not even a board, it's just, well, there's a tiny bit of board for the laser. Okay, so we've got a nice huge Zoran flat pack on here, and some smaller ICs. But yeah, that's a nice chunky chip, that one. And again, another power board. I'll snip off all the singles to make it look neat off of camera. Right, let's move on to the next thing. This big one. It's the Sage or Sagem.com or Sagem.com HD TV free sat recorder. Damn. Okay, so oh, this is one of these weird things that's got no screws, except for this hidden one under here. Right there, look. Oh, it's a torque screw. Oh my gosh, it does, you know. Holy moly. Wow. Unfortunately, plastic detritus. Ooh, okay. Obviously, this is where the chippies are at. Ah, a couple of torque screws there. Okay, so I expect they thought it was a really great idea not having to screw these boards in, but it doesn't make for such easy getting back into it again, you know. Aye. Definitely harder than it needed to be. Okie dokie. And it's a 320 gig hard drive. Ooh, nice. So, gold corner BGA under there, methinks. Yeah, and a nice chunk of aluminium to boot. So look at that. It is still okie dokie. There's a big flat pack under there. So nice. And actually these jacks and ports will give that board nice weight, because really the value is only here. But I mean, there's a couple of ICs there, but nothing on the back. Okay, I love boxes, like TV boxes, that sort of thing. They're so much better. I didn't have any more TV boxes. That surprised me. I thought I normally have an abundance of TV boxes. Okay, right, well, let's get on to laptop boards, computers and servers. So we'll start with the smallest. No idea what make this is. Oh, it's a Samsung. Well, that's got potential then. Samsung used to be a really good brand. Not so sure about these days with their appliances, from personal experience, but we'll see on everything else. So I'm going to get into this and I'll show you what the board looks like. Oh, it's no problem when all the screws corrode. Just brute force it. Just rip the thing open. Okay, mousepad board, good gold recovery on those. There's the RAM. Let's get the RAM out. Nice. Okay, well, that was actually a bit of a beast because of all the corroded screws. So it's come out in two bits basically, but that's not a problem because they're both same grade. Nice gold corner BGA on this bit. We've got other ICs. We've got this gold bearing port. Same here. And then this side, actually that needs to come out, that's a battery. The usual, these are the main chips. Got the RAM, which is 1 gig RAM stick. Aluminium heatsink. So it was a tiny thing, this little thing. 160 gig hard drive. And then this is your wireless section. And you've got your gold ports again. And the same setup, there'll be a gold corner BGA. Sorry, there'll be a gold band crystal oscillator. And 1 square flat pack and a little one under here. There we go. So they're always a very similar setup, those. Obviously you can see that still from the rust. Okay. Nice, not too bad, not the best board, but it was a tiny little laptop, wasn't it? So let's see. Oh, and of course we've got some cordage going on. Right, this one is an Acer. It's a lot bigger. It's just as corroded. Now I know why. It's because I let my kids play with those in the den in the garden and they've been left out and they've got wet. That's why there's no batteries in them already, because I don't let them play with stuff that's got batteries in. Because basically I hate them. So we've got to try and get into this bad boy. I'm not sure it's going to be so easy. I wonder if I left the RAM in. I feel like I might have done because it's still covered up. Although they're loose. Nah. I wasn't silly enough to do that, huh? Oh, but there's RAM inside. 256 megabytes. Okay, wow, that was a workout. Okay, so along with the board, you've got metals like aluminium, stainless, and some zinc. That's more aluminium. We've also got, I'm going to put this over here actually, out of the way. Put that in the stainless. We've also got copper alley rad. Nice. Now the board. Now these are lovely. This is a nice old board. These ones are your £9 a kilogram board, which is just my favourite. So plenty of chips. It has to have the plastic socket. So let's have a little look at this CPU. Taking the socket with me. But you can see now I've lifted that socket, you can see why they're so much more desirable, because look at all those gold pins in there. The daughter to receive the male pin. The female to receive the male pin. Look at this stunning green fibre CPU. Ta-da! Stunning. And you've got the plastic socket board. Just got to take off the little bit of cordage that's on there. Yeah, that was hard work. We've got this, I'm not entirely sure what this was because it ripped apart. Is it? Oh, it's a memory card slot. Some sort of that sort of thing. Right, on to the next. On to the Viglin. Woohoo! Double RAM. Double Ramos. So this has got a lovely CPU. Again, it's a nice plastic socket CPU and a nice pinned gold pin CPU there, which is very nice. If you take the copper plate off, you up the value considerably. But obviously you've got less weight. Huge gold corner BGA. All these ICs here. Again, it's doubled. It's absolutely stacked. It's a really nice laptop board, this. And again, this will be in your £9, £6 to £9 a kilogram category. So that's great. Another corrupted disc. Let's do these PCs. So this is another Viglin. And then we've got a Dell, and then we've got an HP server, which I'm looking forward to because I love HP products. Here we are. It's quite a newer looking one. Ooh, we've got some RAM in there, which is very nice. That's what we like to see. Okay. So what I love about our computer scrap out is that generally it's pretty easy. So absolutely scrumdiddly umptious singles on the power supply, which I'm going to cut. It's going to seem a bit strange, but I'm going to cut halfway, and it's so that when I process the board I've got more than a tiny bit that I can put into singles. Oh yeah, it's a metal socket, much more modern board. So heatsink, it's not a copper stacker unfortunately, it's just an aluminium heatsink, and then a flat CPU like so, but it's a Intel Core Duo. So then this is your board, and unfortunately these are only like £2 something a kilogram. Although hang on, actually that's not quite accurate. Let's see. Okay, so it is one, at least it's not the I series, it's one solid square CPU bracket. If you've got two L shapes connecting these pins, that's the lowest grade. So the brand new modern boards, that's the lowest grade for gold recovery. This one's actually a bit better than that, so that's something. Battery, remove that. You proud of that, Ralph? That was smooth, wasn't it? Okay, so there we go. There's another board. Everything else, like the CD-ROM and all that, I'm going to scrap out separately. Okay, the Dell. You can see it's got a wireless card in it. Let's have a look at this. Okay. Heavy lid on the Dell. Right. So, a bit more going on in this. There's 4 RAM sticks in there. Hey. Right. This is all, I do like it when you see the blue levers, you know that it's all slot in and lift out, which is right up my street. Ooh, nice heatsink. So we've got a nice copper aluminium heatsink here. It's quite an impressive plate of copper on that one. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Then we've got a wireless card. $5 gig. A Bluetooth card as well. Wireless LAN card. It's not too bad actually. Okay. There we go. It's an Intel Core 2 quad. Okay. Right, there we are. There's the other. And let's have a look at the RAM. There's Ramos. 2 gigs. So 8 gigs of RAM. Very nice. And there we go. So again, it's not an L-shaped CPU socket. So it's not I-series. There we go. Another board. Okay, and then last but by no means least, we've got this HP server. Now, it weighs a pretty penny. So, she got it up. Okie dokie. So, to get into these, lift the flap. It should just slide right off, like so. Okie dokie. Ooh, and we've got some RAM. Yay! Okay. Well, I'm going to start with the fan module, and like I just said about, it's when you see blue bits, this fan module, this fan cage, there we are, this straight out, easy peasy. Okay, right, so we've got blue looking nuts here. So the brilliant thing about servers is that they are designed to be worked on. They're designed to be repaired, you know. So I'm just gonna find all the blue that I can find and basically unplug it. Okay, so I've forgotten what this bit's called, but they're quite easy to open. Just twist. I guess that will lift up with it. Yes. There's another bit there. Oh, look, the whole thing. Easy peasy. You've just got to take your time and look for the levers, the latches. Sometimes it's hidden and it can take a little while, but that's nice. That's going to be good to look at in a minute. Very yummy. This will be the power supply module in here. Oh, got some levers at the front here. Here we go. That should just slide right out. They are designed to slide in and out. So There we go. 2 separate ones, so if one fails, it'll run off the other one. Nice. We'll get into those and have a proper look. So that it's the weight is reducing nicely. You see the back plane there from those units. Okay, so let's have a little look what else we've got going on here. So undone that. System board removal handle. Undone that. There's another one up here. Undo this. Oh, this is a daughter card actually. So that should just slide like that. That was easy peasy. The CPUs, let's lift these up. Look at these heat sinks. Sadly they are just aluminium, but that is stunning aluminium there. Okay, let's have a little look at the CPUs. Wait, so open lever first. This one, there we go. Ooh, right. Okay, how does this? Oh, it slides, does it? Oh, nice. That is a lovely wave insert in a CPU. Look at that. It's in this special little holder here. What have we got? We've got Intel Xeon E5. Okay, so that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then I realised the camera angle was wrong, apologies. That's the other one. And you can see these, even though this is about 12 years old, this technology, these are the L-shaped CPU sockets that I was saying about. So although this is a huge big server board, it's not going to have as good value. But I'm just going to take these outer screws out and come back to you. Okay, all screws removed. This is the awkward bit, is sliding it out of here. The cage I had to take off to, we went to be able to lift that off, but it came off when I was removing the screws. So we're just going to have to slide it forward with these CPU okay, so the borders, oh well, the backplane bits come out. That should actually make it a lot easier, to be honest. Right, now it should, is it, hey. There we go. So the hard drive carriage is at the front here. Let's see if there's any hard drives in it. Not flicking up too easy. No, 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 no. Oh, no. It's a bust. They're empty. Oh well. We've got a disk drive here. And the ports, so we'll get those. These can be stainless, these carriages. And they're not, so that's all going to just go straight into the steel bucket. Right, let's have a little look what we've got here, shall we? Why not? So, lots of cordage and things. Right, this is the backplane board. Lots of gold pins, good quality gold pins. And then this is all the slot cards that just comes out of this module here. There's one. Nice. And there's two. And actually there's an extra one on there, which is Brucey bonus. Let's have a little look at that. Extra sock card. Woohoo. There we are. Lovely jubbly. That was the back of the power supplies. Now the power supplies have a really nice, the board's got nice gold fingers on it because it has to slot in. I'm going to show you the power supply. So I hate it when you're watching someone scrap out something and they don't show you the power supply, because they're not all the same, you know. We don't all get to see this stuff, so I'm going to show you the best I can. Okay, right, here we are. Here's the power supply board. Ooh, nice. And there we have the lovely servo power supply. Get the brass out of here if you want to. It's chunky, it's nice. This sideboard on here is very nice. You've got the usual, but in a heavy formation. The copper inductors, the transformers, the capacitors. Yeah, nice. Little heat sinks, MOSFETs, gold fingers. So very nice. So that's those boards. Okay, it's the RAM I want to have a look at. So server RAM is different, obviously. These are 8 gig RAM sticks. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's actually a treat to, quite often the RAM's been removed. So there's 4, 6, 8 gig RAM sticks. 64 gig of RAM there. Very nice. And obviously the server board, I do need to get it off of this. They come on a steel plate, unfortunately. And that's the other side of that server board. Okay, wow, what a mess I've created getting all these boards. But you can see how not that many products was there in that pile has given me like a lovely pile of boards. It's also given me a big pile of plastic detritus, unfortunately. But it's also given me some shred steel. Well, for my yard, so some people could put like pressing steel, but actually in my yard it will just go into mixed iron. It's just the way it goes. Oh, there was the fan module as well. I'll basically just take those out and put them all into mini motors. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. You know, you get boards and everything. Everything has a PCB that's electronic. TVs are another good source of boards. Your flat screens, they've always got like a board, a green board and a power board in. Washing machines, dishwashers, all appliances, microwaves, they've all got small PCBs, but you know what you're really looking at are it's more like little, that's a TV board. So there we go, there's a little monitor board. Can't can't remember what it was from, but you can see there's chips there. That was from old radio equipment. I'll just quickly show you my... So many different boards. That's another server power supply. These are all laptop boards. You know, so many laptop boards. Radios. You'll have radio equipment. You know, there are still some ICs on these, although it's a brown white logo board. Or laptops. So yeah, you know, everything's got a board. It's not always the highest quality, but there is value. You've just got to persevere to get it. Okay guys, well thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Please leave a comment in the main comment section if you didn't catch this live, or even if you did catch it live, that helps me out. Spread the word. It helps me grow. My other channel, I had a short do really well on that this week. So far it's at 10,000 views. It's only been on a day and a half. Some of you have seen it, you've commented, it's Frida and the washing machine. But on that Sollers and More channel, there's all other aspects of my life, so feel free to go and check out Sollers and More. I think there's a link in the description of this video. Even if you just subscribe just to help me get it monetized, that would be awesome. Even if it's not your cup of tea, if you like me and want to support me, I'd really appreciate that. So thank you for watching. I'll see you around. Have a good week. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Get scrapping.